okay, there's the fear of missing out, whether it's AI, whether it's in tech, or a potential SpaceX IPO. Everyone suddenly wants to invest. Right, yes. And that's what we want to talk about today, investing. And coincidentally, today is the SpaceX IPO. SpaceX, which is the first one over $1 trillion, right? In terms of the size, right? This is the first time to be having it in history, and SpaceX happens to be that, and it's IPO today. And it's been between my son and to my clients, it's been like, okay, SpaceX IPO, what are you doing about it? Should I invest in this? And there's a whole lot of missing out when it comes to investing, right? And if you are just in that boat, right, I understand that. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's talk about investing. Let's talk about investing because most people never start investing. And why are they not investing? And of course, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the SpaceX IPO that just launched today. Right now is at 172. The last time that I checked is at 172. It IPO'd at 135. It's gone up by $35, which is, it looks much like it's a pretty good one. $35 in one day. That's a decent one. However, let's see how it gets to do in the next couple of days. So if you have been fearing the missing out, or are you investing in SpaceX, right? Are you investing in SpaceX? That's what we want to talk about today. Because today is the day 5 of our mid-year money reset, and coincidentally today we're talking all about investing, right? One of the most popular IPOs that we've had in recent time is SpaceX, and another one that is in Africa is Dangote Refinery that everybody asks me questions about. And that IPO today. So I was wondering, let's bring it up. Let's talk about it. What's that reason? Why are you not invested? And are you invested in SpaceX? Did you get the IPO? Did you get it before it IPO'd, or are you buying it today? Where are we at? Because I've noticed that every time people would hear about, the best next investment, the next big opportunity, whether it's in AI, whether it's in, stock, potential SpaceX, right? Everyone suddenly wants to start investing. But here's the irony. The irony is that many people are waiting for the next big thing while missing out on the main opportunities that is right staring. I always say is that is eating in plain sight. Job girl, welcoming Queen Daisy, welcoming Bass Dress, welcoming Brightly, welcoming, and everyone that is joining back, welcome in. Thank you all for tapping out the light, sharing out the life. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. And today, for the next 21 days, started about 4 days ago, we started with our mid-year money reset. And today, it's all about investing. Let's talk about investing. And coincidentally, today also happens to be the biggest IPO in the history, which is SpaceX, right? Are you investing in, have you bought your own shares? Are you invested in it? Do you plan to buy, or are you sitting on the sideline, or what are you doing when it comes to SpaceX that just IPO today? And there's so many more that's still going to be IPOing, in the next of over $1 trillion that will be, that are going to also have their IPOs in the next coming months or weeks, right? So what are you doing, right? Because today it's all about investing. And let's talk about the mistake people make. And let me know, what are you doing? Are you investing in SpaceX? Have you bought your own shares of SpaceX? Put in the comment, I'm buying SpaceX. Put 1. I am not buying. Put 0. I don't even know what SpaceX is. Okay. Put 2. I am buying SpaceX. Put 1. I am not buying SpaceX. Put 0. I don't. Okay, you are not buying. Are you buying into space? That's a question, right, Andrew? That's a question, because today, the challenge today is about investing. Are you buying SpaceX? If you are buying, put 2. All right, so user, yeah, you're considering. It's almost the end of the day. It's almost, the market window has another 1 hour and 20 and 40 something minutes, right? 50, 53, 59, 49 minutes. So what are you thinking about? SpaceX, are you buying or you're not? You should have known by now. Are you buying or not? And and we're talking about investing today. That is the challenge for today over 21 days money reset. So Tayuza, you said you're buying. You said Tayuza said one. Does it mean you're buying or you're not? Or you sitting on the sideline, right? Want to know from me. Okay, you will know at the end of the day, right? But I want to hear from everyone first. Are you buying SpaceX, right? Are you buying SpaceX? Oh, you don't even know what it simply means. Elon Musk space, whatever, right? Elon Musk business that goes to the space, right? We going to the moon, all of those fancy things that we're going to the moon. And thank you for tapping out the live. Thank you for tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Let's invite our friends over. It's an interesting topic today. SpaceX. Another one that is also coming, that is also people, I get it in my DM. SpaceX was one. The other one is Dangote Refinery. Dr. Lina, are you buying Dangote Refinery? As a matter of fact, I had one of my one-on-ones, actually a mentorship. She's in a mentorship and she had reached out this morning. Dr. Lina, I want to buy SpaceX. I'm like, okay, why are you buying SpaceX? That's a question, right? Why are you buying it? Because a lot of us, we are buying. I mean, I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying I'm not buying, right? But why are you buying, right? Those are the questions. And are you buying? Put two if you are buying. Put one if you are, you're sitting on the sideline, and put zero. I am not buying, right? Put two. I am buying SpaceX. I am one. I am just sitting on the sideline. And put zero if you are if you're not buying at all. And my YouTube community, how are you doing? Stacy, welcome in. Abdul, welcome in. Kelvin, welcome in. And we're talking about investing in general. That's what we're talking about. And today is the day 5, actually day 5 of the 21 days money reset. That's today is that, and we are talking about investing. You would have seen it on my page, and coincidentally today also SpaceX IPO. Yes. How are you, Mimi? Welcome in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button if you have done. I'm on the sideline. Okay, Tayuza is on the sideline. Okay, anybody buy? Don't tell me that nobody's buying SpaceX. Trust me, right now, the last time I checked it, it was like over 358,000 people buying on Robinhood, trading on Robinhood. Okay, yes, you did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the $1 Million League. This is that community. Yes, and we're talking about SpaceX. And if you have not heard about SpaceX, so for the first time, SpaceX is being open to the public to actually buy. So it's been like a closed Elon Musk baby, right? With his own private investor in it all these years. But for the first time, it opened to the public, and it is the one with the highest, like it's almost 2 trillion, right? I think it's at 1.8 trillion or something. That's what it's looking at right now, right? So it makes him the first person, it becomes a trillionaire with this, right? So that's basically this. So it's a big deal, right? And of course, you might be wondering, one of the things I want you to, in case you are also seated on the sideline, understand one thing about this IPO. What's about SpaceX? Because it IPO today, Sherry, it IPO today, so you can actually buy it on the US, you can buy it on the stock exchange right now. On the YSA, you can New York Stock Exchange, you can buy it online. So it's traded. Before now, SpaceX was never traded. So it's now open to the public, right? That's what it means. Today, June the 12th, SpaceX open to the public, whereby you can actually invest, you can own a part of SpaceX, right? You can own a part of SpaceX, and whenever people are going to the moon or going to the stars or wherever they're going, you can say that I own that company, right? But is it a good investment? Is it a bad one? That I know that's a big question, because a lot of people, my question to a lot of people is that, why are you investing? Why are you, for those that are investing in it, why are you investing? That's it. So, because I have noticed one thing, and really, this is real talk right here. I have noticed something. Every time people hear about the big investment, big opportunity, whether it's in AI, whether it's in tech, it's a tech stock, or a potential SpaceX, or maybe a Dangote refinery, right? Or what's the other one? There's some other ones. I think there's about five of them that are coming back to back, and each of them, I think the list of them, it's about 850 billion. Every other one are in the range of the trillions, and they're all coming in at the same time, right? But guess what? Everybody wants to suddenly invest. Nobody, you have not invested all this while. Nobody's talking about it. But whenever we hear about the next big thing, oh, it's SpaceX now, everybody's running into it. And that's my question. Why, if you're for those that are investing in SpaceX, why are you invested in SpaceX? Did you check the data? Did you review it? Or you are just investing because everybody says SpaceX, and then there's a fear of missing out, FOMO. You fear that, oh, maybe it's the next crypto that one person bought the paid two, was it two Bitcoin for a Papa John's pizza, right? You might just be that, and because that's exactly what my son said, that, oh, it might be the next big thing, which we don't know, right? It could be, it might not, right? It might be tomorrow, it might become, $50, because right now I checked it, he IPO'd at $135, and the last time I checked it, it was $172. So it means that it has not done pretty badly, but that doesn't mean that in the next coming days it's not going to go down, right? Because right now it's about the hypes, it's about everybody, it's the next big thing. It's, everybody wants to buy into it. So it's about, remember, in economics, there's the function of demand and supply, right? It's a function of demand and supply. If the demand is high, because everybody's talking about it today, it's the biggest thing that's been talked about today. He's trading at 167 now. Okay, thank you so much, Moneymaker, for the latest update. But the last I checked, it was 172. I think at some point it got to like 173, right? But guess what? For you as an individual, why are you buying it? Have you checked the data? Is it because of just everybody talking about it? Remember, crypto, right? Remember, crypto. It was 125. Thank you so much for that. 125. It got to $125,000. Everybody wanted to jump into crypto, buy Bitcoin at that point in time. Everybody wanted to buy Bitcoin at $125,000. But guess what? How much is Bitcoin right now? $65,000. Who is looking at it? Nobody's looking at it. So it's a whole lot of psychological thing, right? Because many people they're always waiting for the next big thing while they are actually missing out on the opportunities available to them today. We are all talking about SpaceX. Nobody is talking about the big opportunity whereby you can actually turn $27 into 1.6 million over time. But then we are quick to jump into SpaceX. You never looked at their data, right? And as a matter of fact, by the way, if you are like some of us, right, that you are feeling left out, you don't know, maybe it's going to be the next big thing. If you have your NASDAQ 100, like a QQQ, is actually bringing in SpaceX. So you would see SpaceX, either you want it or not, it's going to be shoved down your throat if you had a QQQ in the next coming days, because it's already, NASDAQ 100 is already it's already absorbing, is bringing it into the funds, right? ETF, right? Remember, ETF is what? ETF is a whole basket of stocks, right? So it means that we have the S&P 500, we have the top 500 companies in the United States, right? It means top 500 companies. But in this case, S&P 500 did not allow SpaceX in. I don't know if that's changed, but the last time it did not allow SpaceX to be a part of S&P 500. But then NASDAQ 100, like a QQQ, QQQM, admitted SpaceX. So one way or the other, if you are feeling left out, Moneymaker, one means what? One means what? One means you are on the sideline too, right? Is it sideline or you are buying? Right? Thank you all for tapping out the live and invite your friends over. And today is day 5 of the 21 days of money research. So if you are just joining, this is I join only to wish you good evening and bless. You too. You too. Yes. Thank you so much. Make sure you click on the follow button and join the Million Dollar League. So good to have everyone that is here today. So we have Moneymaker and we do have Tayuza saying that they are on the sideline. But who is buying then? Andrew is also sitting on the sideline because he said he's waiting for me to get my opinion. So it means that he has not bought. It means that he's sitting on the sideline. Who is buying SpaceX, guys? Anybody bought SpaceX? Anybody bought SpaceX? Tayuza, Andrew, Opal, Moneymaker, Kenshaw, Awesome, Back, Breaklin. And make sure you click on the follow button and join the Million Dollar League, right? And today you have the opportunity to also inviting, to come on the podium if you want. We can definitely do that so that we can talk about this, right? And, because I get asked this all the time. Moneymaker, thank you so much for the follow, joining the Million Dollar League. Awesome. And for everyone, this is the Million Dollar League. The goal here, aside SpaceX, right? SpaceX is just one thing, right? We are building millionaires, right? We're building millionaires. We're getting to that $1 million status in 10 years or less, using strategies within the stock market and also real estate and businesses. But it starts with your income. So we have 4 pillars of wealth creation. It's a whole wealth building curriculum that we have in here. And Opal just said, I opened my HSA this morning. Good job. Yes, that's what we do in this community, right? Because he opened his HSA and we're going to be putting our emergency fund, because yesterday was all about you having your emergency fund. Your 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund start with 1,000, then increase it to 1 month, and then to 3 to 6 months, and put it in an high yield savings account. So he did that tax yesterday. Good job, Opal. Good job. I know that you've also opened your investment account. So that's what we do here. So if you are new to this community, right, you're new or you're just meeting me, you want to make sure you click on that subscribe button. You want to click on the follow button and join the Million Dollar League, because we use simple strategies to actually build wealth. There's a need for guidance. Look before you. Absolutely, Sherry. You are absolutely, and that's why I brought SpaceX today. You are very, very correct. You have to look before you leap. You cannot just basically say that, you know what, everybody is buying SpaceX, and because of that, I want to buy it. I just want to say thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Paul. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I will wait for your advice. Yes, okay. My advice and many others, right? Sherry, for me, anybody that wants to hear my own on SpaceX, right? I have a mixed feeling about it, especially when something becomes controversial, especially a lot of people. And let me get my iPad. I would show you, because I always, how do I put it? I take advice from, because I'm not God. I don't know. It can become the next Bitcoin of tomorrow. And it can also be a total flop, because there's been a lot of people, when they look at first of all, we don't have sufficient data on this particular SpaceX. There's no sufficient data to back it up by you're new. Okay, absolutely. Yes. It's a whole lot of controversy, because one, there's no data, right? Whenever there's no, what is the valuation? How did they come about the 1 point whatever? Mimi, you are new too. So good to have you. Thank you, Mimi and Sherry. They are new. Congratulations joining the Million Dollar League. Congratulations to both of you. So good to have you. Yeah, make sure you turn on the notification bell. There's some free resources, all those long form videos on my YouTube channel that you are right there. Please just watch it, and I tell you, you're going to see changes in your finances. And you came at the right time, because we are doing the 21 days of money reset. And today happens to be the day that we're talking about investing. This is day 5, and it's all about investing. And then, what a day when we had the biggest IPO in history, which is SpaceX. And the question is, everybody is investing in SpaceX. Everybody wants Dangote refinery. Everybody wants the next biggest thing, the next biggest Bitcoin. But then they forgot. Okay, yeah. So, but the thing is that they forget about the one that is right seated in their face, right? Which you don't have you can, like an S&P 500, that can get your money there, right? It might not double your money overnight, but then you will get to that $1 million status. That is the strategies that the multimillionaires, they get to use. That's a multimillionaire wealth blueprint, right? So with SpaceX, for instance, like everyone thinking, okay, Dr. Lina, what are you doing with SpaceX, right? Just not to fear, just not to FOMO. Let me tell you what I'm doing. Dr. Lina that you see here is just putting $50, right? That's all that and I would show you. I just bought $50 of $50 of SpaceX on Fidelity. That's all that I had just bought today. That's it. $50. So if it becomes the next big thing, and let me tell you the reason why I bought it is because my son is he's a teenager and he's just got his first job. He's 15 and he just got his first job as he just does what's it called, a lifeguard. And he sent me a message and he says, because 2 days ago he was, he's Gen Z, right? And he was saying that, Mom, are we going to be buying SpaceX is there, da, 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 da. And I said, okay, yeah, but what's the reason? What's your basis of you buying SpaceX? And he was like, oh, I don't know, but everybody's talking about it. And that's it. A lot of people are just investing because everybody's talking about it, because of the fear of missing out. So if you have the fear, if you have a QQQ, SpaceX is already there. And if you want to know what I'm doing, I'm only buying $50 just in case it becomes $1 trillion tomorrow. It becomes, the Bitcoin of tomorrow. The only thing is that I'll make sure that I don't trade my own for a box of pizza. That's the only thing. And that's what I'm doing. And honestly, that's what I'm doing with SpaceX. If tomorrow, because right now everything is hot. Everything is hot, hot, hot. It's a lot of demand, a lot of retail investor getting into it and just putting their money into it. And then, just because they don't know they don't know the valuation, they're not even thinking, they're just following the crowd and the trend. And when that happens, what happens? If the market, the demand is so high. For those of us starting investing, it could be a good way to start with small amounts. Yes, it could be. But as a matter of fact, if you only have $100, put $5. Put $5, don't put $50. Put your $50 in a VOO that has data, in an S&P 500 that has data, that has had data of giving you at least 8 to 12% returns in the past 30, 40 years. So my friend Mimi and my friend, I want to see all of the names here. My friend Mimi and my community members here on YouTube, right? What I would recommend as a beginner, right? The thing about it is that just open your account and just do an S&P 500. If you can now put some $5, I always do like, how do I call it? The money that it doesn't bother me. $50 is nothing to me. $500 is not a big deal, right? But whenever I just like, okay, you know what? At least I bought. It's there. But even if you do not buy, you have it, but you have QQQ. You can actually go the QQQ route because QQQ has is the NASDAQ 100. That's the top 100 technology companies, QQQ or QQQM. And that already admitted SpaceX. So you would see it as one of the companies. SpaceX will be one of the companies that you would have in a QQQ or a QQQM. Ronnie just joined the $1 Million League. Congratulations. Oida just joined the $1 Million League. Congratulations as well. So you already have it. Life is like a risk. Absolutely, I agree. But then you have to take a calculated risk, right? You have to take the same way you will not put your child that is an 8-year-old on the driver's seat that doesn't know how to drive. Oh, yeah. Sherry and Mimi, yes. As a beginner, I'm not going to start with, taking all my $100. You the same way here we take calculated risk. The same way that you will not put an 8-year-old in a driver's seat and say that, oh, you know what? Life is all about risk, right? So let me take the risk on this 8-year-old. That's the same way I'm not going to put whenever I work too hard for my money. SS3, it's been a long time. Oida, Orani, welcome in. And that's the same way when it comes to my investing. I have put an 8-year-old on the driver's seat before, putting my money in options trading, day trading, and penny stocks, and I lost 99,000. 99,000 plus is what I lost. And I've told you my story. And that's why maybe I am right now when I see things like this. It's okay. Fear of missing out. I'll put $50. It's okay. It doesn't mean anything to me. I put $100. Doesn't mean anything to me. $500. It really still doesn't mean anything to me. But for a beginner investor, it would mean a lot to you, right? Even though you have the money, right? If you're a new investor, even though you have the money, it's going to do one thing to you. It's going to, because it's a psychological thing. If you lose money, let's assume that SpaceX right now is at 167. Can somebody check it? 167, that's what it is right now. Is at 167. Just imagine if SpaceX turns to 120 by next week. What's going to happen? Would you ever want to put your money again? Because you bought at 160, you literally lost $40, right? You would not want to invest. And that's why for every of the beginner investor, I will tell you something. Just start with something as much as something like an S&P 500. An S&P 500 is a basket of stocks, or any ETF, like a QQQ. You want SpaceX, you have SpaceX in a QQQ in the next coming days. It's there. And then inside that QQQ or QQQM, you would also have companies like Google that has data, that has the trend. You have companies like Microsoft that has the data. You have the company like Amazon that has the data, right? So it tells you, so if QQQ goes down to, if SpaceX becomes 120 tomorrow, it's not going to heavily impact your portfolio because you have another 99 companies that has the trend. 99 top technology companies like an Nvidia is also there, right? So that's the way I would handle it, because I know a lot of people are trusting me when it comes to the decision here, right? And if you still feel like, you know what, I just even want SpaceX, put $5 if you have $100. Put $1,000 if you put $550 if you have $1,000 to invest, or put $20. That is my own opinion. So if it becomes the next big thing, at least you say you invested and you feel good with yourself. But if it goes down as well, you know that one way or the other, it's okay. I did not lose so much, especially as a beginner investor. And as a matter of fact, please help me to send details how I could join what you have prescribed. Okay, so it's you about okay, all right. I'll share the details because we're talking about investing today, right? That's what today is about, the day 5 of the 21 days money reset. So that's my perspective about SpaceX, right? And by the way, for those with 401k, you probably would see SpaceX in some of those funds as well. So don't think whenever people are like, okay, you are missing out or whatever, don't totally feel. It doesn't mean that until you buy individual units of SpaceX and it becomes something big tomorrow, right? Mimi said, yeah, okay, Sherry and Mimi, absolutely. And if you have not clicked on that subscribe button, do that. And if you are just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. Sarah, welcome in. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a serial investor. I've been investing for close to 2 decades. Invest in the stock market. I invest in real estate. And of course, I also invest in businesses. I'm a vice president of technology, and also a professor. I'm an economist and also a chartered accountant. Yes, a very, very big profile for a beautiful lady. Yes, I know. I say that because trust me, nobody is going to come and save you, and nobody is going to tell you you're beautiful or you are smart or whatever. Say it to yourself. You don't need a permission from anyone. Okay. So having said that, that's my own opinion about SpaceX. And to wrap it up, I want to show you there's this lady, Rich BFF. I will show you our own perspective about this. So let's get our own perspective. I'll keep bringing it up because it might take some time. So that's it. So the thing about it is that I get asked all the time, Dr. Lina, should I invest in SpaceX? It's going public. My answer is, that's not the first question to ask. Always remember that. And that's what I just described. That is not the first question to ask. Number one is always, now for everybody, we're talking about investing. Everybody's excited. But first of all, do you already have your emergency fund? Or you don't even know what emergency fund is? Do you have an emergency fund? That's the first question before we start thinking of investing, because that is investment number one. Put one, I have my emergency fund, or I'm building my emergency fund. Put zero. I don't have my emergency fund, but I'm going to do it. You have subscribed. Great. Well done. Thank you so much, Sherry. Good, good, good. Yeah. So the first thing first is you want to ensure that you have your awesome your leader has a meant okay, perfect, money maker, perfect, any, yeah, you have your Tayuza, Andrew, I am Mabel, I am Bell, money maker, leader, Gitchy, Tao, Georgina, back, Brittany, my friend Mimi and Sherry, right? You said I have my emergency fund in an AIU savings account. Perfect. Yes, one. Perfect. 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 Okay. Great. 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 So before we start talking about SpaceX, that's number one thing. If you've not had your emergency fund is your living expenses, so housing, transportation, feeding, and groceries, and of course utilities. For start with 1,000, then increase it to 1 month of that, 3 months to 6 months, and you put it in an high yield savings account. That's the it's going to help you in the case of an actual emergency, because you will not go into debt, because we have to fix that first. The second thing is that now that we've established that we already have all our emergency fund, which makes me so happy, right? Before we talk about SpaceX, we have the emergency fund, right? Are you investing consistently? Put one. I'm investing consistently. I am not investing consistently. I'm a beginner. Put zero. I'm a beginner, zero, or I'm not investing consistently, zero. I am investing consistently. It means that you have set up the automation or you are doing it manually. Every paycheck you are putting money away, either in four or Yemuda is saying zero. That's great. Money maker one. Yes, I'm listening, I'm watching, right? And it's okay. Oh, yeah, it's okay. We're going to be that's part of this challenge, because after this challenge, Mimi, Sherry, we're going to be opening your account. You are going to be opening your account. That's the challenge for today. Any other person, one, right? Tayuza, Andrew, Aaron Bell, either Moneymaker, Georgina, Brightling, back, MK Pearl, right? Yes, you have it automated. That's great. That is great. Okay, Moneymaker to user, yes. Oh, perfect, perfect. So we have people, Mimi and Sherry as well. Mimi, Sherry, please put in the comment, are you investing consistently? Are you investing? Before we start talking about SpaceX, the question is, are you investing consistently? The first question is, do you have an emergency fund? Number two is, are you investing consistently? Put one if you are doing this. If you are not, you're a beginner investor or you are not investing consistently, put zero, right? I'm investing consistently, one. I'm not investing consistently, or I am not investing at all, put zero. Andrew, yes, Andrew, we need to do that. What is holding you on, Andrew? You are a finance, you are a finance. Yeah, so we need to talk about that, right? Yes, and that's what we do in this community. Is not to call anybody out, but things like this. I am Mabel. Both of you, Andrew, you are a beginner. You've not okay. Mimi, Sherry also said they haven't. Perfect, and that's part of the reason. So today, right? I want to know, you have to open your account, right? You have to open your account, your investment account. And I'm going to show you exactly, because if you want to buy SpaceX, you're not going to buy it in your bank account. You have to buy it in an investment account, right? Right? You have to buy it in an investment account, and you have to, that's number one. That's the first thing you have to do. That's your IU savings account. Open your IU savings account like Opal did, and you put your emergency fund. Then two, you're going to open a brokerage account, right? You're going to open brokerage account, Roth IRA, and make sure you also fund your 401k if your employer is matching your 401k. So let me see, and I hope, where are you? I thought I do have this. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, so this is before we go ahead. See, I want you to listen to this lady. She's pretty big on Instagram and TikTok. Investing consistently is zero. Okay, all right. So let's listen to her.
SpaceX. I heard it's going public. My guy friends cannot stop talking about it. Baby, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Your guy friends are getting duped. Everybody thinks that the SpaceX IPO is gonna be the hottest party in town, but your friends are not party guests. They're party favors. Private investors bought in years ago, and they've been sitting on this equity for like a decade. And now they wanna cash out, and suddenly retail investors are allowed to participate. Yeah, you're gonna participate in holding the bag. Just look at the numbers. SpaceX saw revenue growth of 15% in the first quarter of 2026, but losses, those were up 700% year over year. And they're trying to convince everybody that this company is worth 107 times sales. For context, Meta went public at 28 times sales, but they had 88% revenue growth. Yikes. And did I mention that SpaceX is reserving 30% of its shares for retail investors? That's 3 times what a normal IPO typically sets aside for everyday investors. Musk and his cronies literally think that his stands are going to invest in this thing whether or not it's actually a good investment. And they frankly think you're too stupid to know any better. Regular people think they're finally getting access, but in reality, you are just some rich guy's exit strategy. And let's be honest, they got in when there was a lot more value to be gained. Also, while I have you, the thing that's really irritating me is that SpaceX is going to be listed on the NASDAQ, and thanks to the NASDAQ's new fast entry pathway, SpaceX is likely going to get added to major indexes a lot sooner than a newly public company typically would. It's kind of like knowing a promoter at the club and being able to cut the line, but that's actually bad for us consumers because index funds hold a lot of stocks that mirror these benchmark indexes. And index funds are a huge part of your 401k, a pension plan, maybe your retirement account. So if SpaceX gets added to major indexes after its IPO, the funds in your retirement account might automatically buy those SpaceX shares. And regular people could end up being the rescue boat for Elon Musk's currently unprofitable company, even if they never intentionally bought SpaceX themselves.
So that's part of it. That's part of it. So it's been, this is one, and I can show you another one where somebody else is of a different opinion. So it's very controversial at the moment, right? It's not like, there's some investment where you want to put in your money, and everybody's like, oh, it's amazing, and there's no one that has anything bad to say about it. SpaceX is very different. I can show you as many, and always do your research as well. Okay. So that's why I am more comfortable with, our own form of investing, right? Because I'm not just ready to hold it back, right, for somebody else, right? Because we work too hard for our money, right? And I don't want my money to be dumb money, right? Because that's what they call the average retail investor. They call us what? They call us dumb money. That's it. You can Google it. It's not me that created that. Dumb money, DUMB. That's what they call the retail investors on the Wall Street, right? Also, one other question is that do you have a long-term plan, right? Always thinking whenever you are investing, always think about here, we should think about investing as a long-term plan rather than a quick exit, right? You want something, because I tell you, I kid you not, most of the people that are investing in the SpaceX, they just want something, oh, maybe it's going to create me the next million. They want something, but guess what, you can still get to that $1 million status and not even gamble, right? Because right now it's almost like it's a gamble based on this data, right? Based on this data, it's about, okay, you know what, all of a sudden this company is going to become profitable, right? All of a sudden that's what it means. But guess what, it could be maybe some things can happen all of a sudden, right? So that's why I'm buying $50. $50 cannot hurt me. That's just lunch money. It can't hurt me. So that's just my perspective. So many people are looking for one investment to make them wealthy. That's the issue with the SpaceX. That's the issue with, like a Dangote refinery, or that's the issue with most of this, next big thing, these hypes and all of that. Everybody wants something that, oh, you know what? And I know that that's not what you want to hear. That coming to this life, you probably think that, oh, I am all raving and giving every information about SpaceX. I have bought this and all. Sorry to disappoint you, because it is just the same way I don't talk about IUL, right? I have anything that becomes a controversy or become, people, some people turn a blind eye on. I always try to stay away, or just tread carefully when it comes to that. And SpaceX is one of those. We have the people that are standing with it with their full chest and putting it all out. And we have some people a lot of people I've just asked within here, right? Everybody's sitting on the sideline. No single person has said I have made a purchase except myself that I heavily invested my $50 in, right? And thank you all for tapping out the live. Can we tap out the live? And make sure you click on that follow button, click on the subscribe button if you haven't, and of course, join the $1 million league. This is the community of millionaires. We call it the $1 million league, and we are doing the 21 days of money reset. And today it's about investing. So, because the thing about it, wealth is built through consistency. It's built through patience and buying one asset at a time. Build through consistency. So it means that's why I asked the question earlier, are you investing consistently? It's not just about one time a SpaceX IPO and then you think that, oh, that's a no. It's about what is the next, every single paycheck you are paying yourself. Keep doing the great work. Oh, thank you so much, LD Money Habits. Thank you so much, LD Money Habits up. Really appreciate that. Thank you for tapping out the like. Thank you for clicking that follow button and joining the $1 million league. All Rich also just joined the $1 million league. Congratulations. Congratulations, clicking that follow button, right? So always think about it, because guess what? Yes, you did SpaceX today. SpaceX, hey, yeah, SpaceX is absolutely, let's say it's absolutely, love you too. SpaceX is absolutely fantastic today. It does well. I mean, I don't know. If it does well, right, then you wait. Are you going to wait till the next IPO, right, to buy again? No, it doesn't work like that. You take your money every single paycheck. You are consistent with it. Like, you're paying yourself for every paycheck. Yes, yes, SpaceX. Every single paycheck, you are making a deduction, and you are buying something as simple as an S&P 500, right? Trust me, it's going to get you to that $1 million status. I tell you, $27 that you put away every single day, right? And do it consistently for 10 years. You don't put anything after that 10 years, you'll get at least $1.6 million. Just leave it in an S&P 500. Yes, Dangote refinery is another hype that everybody asks a question. Are you buying? Are you not buying? It's also been very controversial, right? Am I buying Dangote refinery? Yes, I will be buying that, because I have some currency that I don't know what to do with it. It's just sitting there. So it's my kind of not just put it there, right? Instead of just leaving it there, I just put it there. There's no harm, because that one, it's almost like it's not my hard-earned money anymore. It's not like I traded my time for money. It's just some currency that just been sitting there, and that's the only reason why I'm going to throw caution to the wind on this one, and I'm just going to buy. So do you understand? That's the difference between SpaceX. SpaceX, if I want to really invest, I'm going to be putting my hours, the hours that I traded for money, that's what I'm going to put in there. And if I put it in there and if it goes down, I'm going to be so mad that I wasted 2 or 5 hours of my time and it went down the drain as a dumb money on the Wall Street, right? So that's the way I looked at it, right? So those two, right there, it might be a good one. It might, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, another thing about that SpaceX, let me even tell you, because this man is not a total direct human being. Not that I don't like him. I do. I mean, I don't have a problem with him as a person. But the thing about it is that there's always something very, very shady that I'm not saying it's shady, but that you cannot, the boost can also be very, very, be manipulated. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. So that's it. I'm Cameroonian. Hey, my Cameroonian sister, how are you, brother? And we have no stock market and stock brokerage platform. What's your advice? That's not possible. Cameroon, anybody from Cameroon here? You should be able to. So please, can you check? Are you in Cameroon? So do check Bamboo, right? Because I know Bamboo works in Nigeria and it works in a lot of African countries. Do you have Stanbic IBTC? Okay. Yeah, I'm shocked. Do you have Stanbic IBTC? So how then do you trade? Okay. Try Stanbic IBTC. Try Bamboo, right? Those two, check that. I know that they are all over Africa, right? So try that, and it doesn't have to be your country, because like when you buy an S&P 500, right, Not in Cameroon. All you mentioned, they're not in Cameroon. Okay, try to download the app, right? Try to download Bamboo app. Go on your app and try to download Bamboo app, or try to download the Stanbic IBTC. That's strange, right? Try to do it. There's a give me 1 second. That's strange. How do you invest in Cameroon in the stock market in Cameroon? And I mean, that's what we do here. Okay, so boom, BVMAC. Yeah, Ulrich, BVMAC is the main platform for trading shares in Cameroon and other CMAC nation. It lists both local and regional companies such as SMCK Bottles, Socal Park, you know all of that, right? So BVMAC, just search it. BVMAC, that's what it is, right? And next time, if you are in Nigeria, yes, if you're in Nigeria, Sherry, yours is Bamboo, BVMAC, exactly. BVMAC, you know that, right? Sherry, yours is Bamboo in Nigeria, Stanbic IBTC. Another one that you can try is Investment One, right? That's another one that you can check. That's it. Open one of these accounts, right? That's the first step. Remember, you asked the question, how do you get started with investing? The first thing is for you to open the account, right? The second thing is, Ulrich, the second thing after you open your BVMAC, right? The second thing that you would do is for you to actually fund the account. So it means that you have to transfer money from your account to this account, or you connect your account such that whenever you get your paycheck, it transfers money into this. You transfer certain amount to this account every single time you earn income, right? It goes into that account, and then you would buy the stocks from there. You can buy SpaceX. You should be able to buy SpaceX in there, and you can also buy some other. As a matter of fact, here we talk about ETFs. And thank you all for tapping out the live. Nija, welcome in, and everyone. We're talking about investing. This is day 5 of 21 days of money reset, and today it's about investing. Let's talk about investing and investing, talking in the spirit of investing. SpaceX launched today. And the question is, are you investing in SpaceX, or have you bought your shares in SpaceX? If you bought, right, we also want to know, why did you buy? If you are not buying or you haven't bought, why are you not buying? Just put it in the comment and let's write, right? Here, basically open the accounts. That's the first step to invest. And the second thing is to fund the account, right? Because there has to be money. Is it a good time to buy? Grace, that's a great question. Yes, it's a good time to buy. When is the other good day to buy? Yesterday. Another good time to buy is tomorrow. Another good time to buy is next year. Another good time to buy was 15 years ago. Every time is a good time to buy. Guess what? It gives you an idea that every single time I get this question, every time, everybody wants to time the market. But when nobody can time the market except your God, because nobody saw Iran war happening. What is the best amongst the three? What is you mean in Nigeria, Sherry? Any of them is good. Any of them is good, right? How do I invest in S&P 500? That's what I just described. So basically, okay, I'll take the question one after the other. Grace, so you cannot time the market except your God. Nobody saw Iran war happening with the US. Nobody knew at the beginning of the year that the gas is going to become double the price, right? So it tells you something. Because you do not know that, right? It just tells you something that you cannot time the market. Even the best people on the Wall Street do not know. Nobody saw 2008 coming. And even if they saw 2008 coming, who saw that there was going to be COVID in 2020 and in 2019? Who saw that coming? Nobody. And you see the way it impacts the market. That's the reason. The strategy that the wealth blueprint, the multi-millionaire wealth blueprint is simply what? Which is basically um it's basically continue to buy, use dollar cost averaging, buy like a clockwork. Being paid, pay yourself first and buy that stock or buy that ETF, right? Every single paycheck, right? Either the market is high, the market is low, you are buying. So let me give you, because I tell you exactly what I do. Where I buy VOO, I bought VOO at 200 and something, less than $300. Today is at 700 and something. Am I still buying? Yes, I'm still buying, right? It's going to become 1200 at some point. Am I still buying? Yes, I'm still buying. That's called dollar cost average. You know what? What does that mean? When it's 1200, remember I bought some at 280, 250, right? When it comes out, guess what? My average is going to be lower. That's what it is. And then it becomes 2,500. Who is winning? Because I'm investing for a long term. I'm a long-term investor. The goal is, imagine $27 that you invest for every single day for 10 years. Just put $27 every single day for 10 years will become 1.6 million just with an S&P 500 with 14.5% return. How much did you put in? Less than $200,000. It's going to become 1.6 million. So that's it. That's a better strategy than jumping into an IPO and just for IPO of SpaceX today, and then you don't invest until the next IPO comes in. So the question is, when is a good time? Today. Every day is a good time. Keep buying non-stop. Every paycheck, just do it. Dollar cost average. And that's the strategy that we teach you. I hope that answers your question, Grace. Oyida is like, how do you, please, I want to download BV Mac. Yes, just go on the app, right? Sherry, BV Mac. BV Mac is not, are you in, BV Mac is in Cameroon. Are you in Cameroon? In Nigeria, it's, what's it called? Bamboo, right? How do I invest in S&P 500? So you just open your account. Open any of these accounts. If you are in the United States, there's Fidelity, there's Schwab's, there's Robinhood, there's there's Ameritrade. There's so many. You're in Nigeria, so you don't need BV Mac. In Nigeria, Sherry, what you need is investment one, Stanbic IBTC, or Bamboo. Any of these three. That's it for you. BV Mac is for my friend in Cameroon. That's what BV Mac is for. Every country has that. It's just like you looking for Fidelity. No, looking for Charles Schwab in Nigeria. It's not available. Or I'm in the US, I'm looking for Bamboo. It's not available, right? Except I'm using my Nigerian identity and using, that's it. Just like that. Okay. So here, you're going to be to invest in an S&P 500. Depending on the country where you are in, if you're in Europe or you're in the UK, or just open what's that one? What's it? I forgot the name, right? I would remember, right? But if you're in Canada, World Simple, Quest Trade, what's it? I'll remember for people in the Europe and the UK, and that's access, right? If you're in Africa, there is BV Mac in Cameroon. Or just simply in Nigeria, there's Bamboo, there is Investment One, there's Stanbic IBTC. Just open any of those, and then all you have to do is to fund the account, and then you literally just buying the S&P 500. That's it. But if you need specific, you can book a one-on-one. If you want me to do it for you, or you want my team to do it for you, you can actually book a one-on-one consultation for that. What's your take on crypto? Crypto, Orish, crypto. Oh, you are in the UK. Trading 212. UK is trading 212. I was just going to go on Google, right? Trading 212 is for UK. You should know about Trading 212, right? And I think there's even more, right? Trading 212 is there. In Kenya, I think you should have Bamboo, right? And Kenya, my in-law, my brother, my brother is married to a Kenyan. That's amazing. So I have Kenyan nieces and nephews. That's Kenya. Yeah, so that's but with crypto, back to your question, to crypto, Orish, to okay, you've downloaded. Perfect, Sherry. Yeah. Orish, with crypto, it's a very dicey game, like Andrew said. It's very, very dicey, right? If you cannot, as a matter of fact, you know the way I treat SpaceX, that's the same way I would treat crypto. As a matter of fact, it depends on the kind. First of all, if it's anything, whenever I say crypto, I just mean Bitcoin. That's it. I'm not even talking about, there's some Dogecoin. There was, what was the other one? There's so many of them now. There are like many of them. I can even there's Trump coin. Is it Trump coin or what do they call it? There's Melania coin too. Everybody's. I can even say Dr. Lina coin. So, but when I say crypto, I'm just talking about Bitcoin. When it comes to Bitcoin, it's a very, as a matter of fact, it's down right now. So you can use play money that you know it's not going to pain you. You can put it. I started buying Bitcoin when it was 13,000. That's when I started buying. I think maybe I even started playing at 6,000 or something. But I think they're taking it a bit serious at 13,000. So yeah, if you cannot stomach the loss of 50% of your money, don't touch it. Don't. Just simply go with S&P 500 that's return average it's 14 to 15% and let it go. But if you have plain money, I do some things that is plain money. Crypto is one of those things. So, and if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't win, it's okay. All right, so crypto is at 65,000 right now, and then I bought it. I went all the way to 25,000. I lost over 40,000 on crypto. Never will I trade again. Tayuza, trust me. Yeah, I still beat you to it. I lost 99,000. So yeah, you can still do it. 40,000 is, but seriously, build on hype. Yes, I actually, absolutely. And that's the same thing that I'm the same way I'm looking at this SpaceX with a 4D and a 3D. And I'm just like, okay, let me see. $50, maybe it's going to, if it becomes a trillion, right? Let me give you a funny gist. My son, I said he's working right now, and he sent me, oh, mom, yeah, 99K. Yes, that's how much I feel better when I say 99, because it's not yet, it's actually more than 99. Yeah, $99,000. Yes. So to day trading, it's not even crypto. Day trading, I've also lost money to crypto, but whenever I look at my entire portfolio for crypto, I have actually gained. That's because remember I started Bitcoin early. So with all of the stupid Dogecoin that I bought and some of the other ones that I bought, it offset that loss, right? It did offset the loss, but this one was options trading, day trading, and penny stock, right? That's what it was. All right. So the thing about it, just so you are not losing money, and because I know I have a lot of beginner investors that come through within this community, and this community is called the $1,000,000 League. I was asked of a referral code at Investment One. I don't have an investment code, I don't know. But I can, yeah, I can, I don't have an investment code. Maybe I need to create one, because I'm not, I just do things, whatever I have in Africa. That's basically what I just do. But other than that, I really don't do much here. So if they don't, just go ahead. Don't let that stop you, right? Maybe because of 1 point or two, it really doesn't, you don't want to delay your process. You can go and open another account another day. Are you not depressed that's know how you know a millionaire? Why will I be depressed? Right. I mean, you suck it, you win some, you lose one, you lose some. Right? I lost 99,000, but real estate has given me millions of dollars. So why am I going to, it's about investing. You don't take risk, but calculated risk, right? And in that case, the way I lost my 99,000 and I own it. So you can see I own the 99,000 that I lost. The reason why I own it this way. If I lost 99, if I did not lose the 99,000, if I tell you today that do not put in your money in your SpaceX, and you say that you want to put your money, right? How would I be able to tell you not to put your money? Well, when I tell you I've lost 99,000, you probably listen. You will listen. Even if you wanted to put your money before, you think twice. This person lost 99,000. This person said this SpaceX thing, I should only put $50 or $100. And it's okay if it becomes 1 million, if it does not, So why will I be depressed? I have invested in S&P 500. It's giving me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So why am I going to be, But I totally agree with you. Was I pained then? Yes, absolutely. But guess what? It was 6 years ago. Maybe I won't be having this conversation then, at that point. Yes, it was very painful. And the one that is even more painful was my friend. My friend lost 50,000 in 5 days. Remember, 50,000. Mine was overtime, right? Hers was in JHQ welcoming. Ours was, when you take your 50,000 and you put it now, today, and in 5 days, your 5,000, 50,000 becomes $1,000. That is options trading. That's what options trading can do to you, because there's going to be decay, and she put it in Tesla options trading, right? So it became $1,000. She even left it for $1,000. I was like, you know what? Just let me know that I lost $50,000. She lost $50,000 to options trading. It was Tesla options trading, right? Yeah. So whenever you are investing, do a calculated one. Do not gamble. Remember, it's not on the street of it's not just on the street of Las Vegas that people are, that's not the only gambling. There's a lot of gambling in the stock market. You are investing in SpaceX, you do not check the data. You do not know. You are just investing because everybody's talking about SpaceX as the next big thing. SpaceX because it had 1 point, it's over $1 trillion. But guess what? What is the reason for it? Why? What's the valuation? Do you know? Do you know? No. But the one that has the data, like an S&P 500, right, will tell you, okay, this company, this ETF basket of top 500 company, top 500 companies has returned close to 30 to 50% return in the past 40, 50 years, average 40 years. Some of us are not even up to 50. I am not 50, right? And this has done averagely that. And then you still don't trust that, but you are able to go with your 2 feet, two tiny, beautiful legs, and put your hard-earned money into something that is just IPO today. And you don't know, and it's Elon Musk. So that's just it. Someone trying to invest into as into real estate, gold, agriculture, and trying to get into stock advice. Yeah, absolutely. What I would tell you, Ulrich, is take one step at a time. The first thing is you want to first of all build your capital, right? Because if you want to start investing, if you're a beginner investor, you don't want to jump into it, like jump into this. No, I know that I talk about diversification, but first of all, you want to see that, okay, you know what, I have succeeded in this area, right? Because that's going to motivate you onto the next, right? Because one thing you don't want to do is that you put your hand in so many things and then you'll see that it becomes an issue. And for everyone that is here, if you have been here for more than 2 minutes or 1 minute, make sure you click on that follow button and join the $1 Million League. And feel free to ask any of your question, right? Either on SpaceX or about investing and all of that. Feel free to ask. Free consultation. I'll be able to help you. So make sure you click on the follow button and join the $1 Million League. This is the community of millionaires. So if your goal is to get to that $1 million status, right, in 10 years or less, make sure you click on the follow button. And of course, we are also on a 21 days of media money reset. That's where we are on right now. And this is day 5, which is investing. Yesterday was emergency for. We talked about net worth, understanding what your net worth is. So make sure you click on that follow button if you haven't. And on the YouTube side, make sure you click on the subscribe button as well. So if you want to invest, what I would tell you is this is me, and you can feel free to replicate it. What I'll basically do is I'll start with my ETF, right? exchange traded funds, and that's what we talk about here. I will use the multi-million wealth blueprint, which is, you can go and check it. Where does, just simply go on Google, where does the multi-millionaires, where do they put their money? Number one, you have the cash and cash equivalent, which is their emergency fund right there. That's going to be the first thing first. Number two would be Number two will be something you mentioned, the stock market. But then I'm not going to buy individual stock. I'm going to be buying individual stock like SpaceX. No, I'll be buying an basket of funds. I'll be buying into a fund because that's where the multimillionaire put their money, in funds. When they ask Warren Buffett, who is the founding father, they call him the Lord of Investing, is the owner of Berkshire Hathaway, right? And when they ask them, where do you invest? It says, just don't do index fund, a simple ETF. ETF is exchange traded fund. It's just a basket of stocks. So we're talking about SpaceX right now, something like a QQQ or QQQM. That is the top, that's NASDAQ 100, top technology companies, 100 technology companies in the United States. So you're going to have like a SpaceX very soon. You have a company like Nvidia. You have company like Google, Microsoft. Like all of these tech companies will be there, right? I'm going to buy something like that. On top of that, I'll buy an S&P 500 because it has data. I do something that has data, like NASDAQ 100 has done between 18 to 22% in the past, averagely. The S&P 500, right? Standard and Poor's has done, top 500 companies has done between 30 to 50% in the past 40. I mean, it's done 8 to 12% in the past 30 to 50 years, and it's done averagely in the past 10 years, done between 14 to 15%. So that's the first place I'm going to be thinking of putting my money. And then, because you mentioned real estate as well, I could also add something like a REIT, right? Real estate investment trust, right? Which is the fund for real estate, ETF for real estate. I will have that as well. And then I can also put something for dividends, which gives me cash flow. I'm at welcome in and thank you for tapping out the live. I'll put something like that as well and gives me the entire that. And I see my money grow. As my money grow, I will transition into real estate, the traditional real estate. That's what I would start, I'll start looking into it while my money is growing, because ETF and S&P 500, what's the difference? Really, it's just saying that the difference between the two is, let me use the word, the stock market and when you say the stock market and SpaceX, that's what it means. ETF is a fund, right? S&P 500 is SpaceX is a type of stock under the stock market, right? That's the same way S&P 500 is an ETF, is a type of ETF, which is the, top 500 companies, is a type of fund, is a type of ETF. ETF is everything. ETF, there are different types of ETF, right? It's called exchange traded fund, but there are some different types. There's the Standard and Poor's, which is the S&P 500. There's the NASDAQ 100. There's the REITs. There is the dividends. There are different ones. It can be ETF for all energy companies. Could be ETF for the entire US stock market, like a VTI. You can do the global market like VOOG. You can do the VX series, which is like the international. So there's so many. And if you are in for people in Africa, in Nigeria, for instance, or in Cameroon, or on Kenya, you can also have your local, Stanbic IBTC, for instance, might also have, Stanbic IBTC funds, right? Kenya Bank or Kenya brokerage firm. I'm not saying it exists. Kenya Investment. I also have Kenya Investment broker funds, and in there is it's about what they put in there. So that's basically the difference. Okay, does that answer your question, Aldrich? And then I will transfer to real estate, and then from there I can now transfer into, diversify into other things like gold. I can even buy ETF for gold and just have gold from there, right? And and then agriculture can be a business on the other part. Okay, Does that answer your question? Thank you all for tapping out the live. So for today, the day's challenge is for you to open your account, right? Open your account. And if you are just been here, click on that follow button. As a matter of fact, check your account because this happens every time. You are all locked in. We are all locked in, and we just be like, okay, you know what? I love this. I enjoy this. And you just totally forget to click on the follow button. So click on the follow button. Now is your time. Check if you have not clicked on that follow button. Make sure you click on the follow button and join the $1 Million League. Here is the community where we call it's the $1 Million League, right? What does this mean? People work from age 20 to 65 and never get to the retirement status or get to the $1 million status. Here, with some of the strategies I just explained to Ulrich, right? That's part of the strategy that we use within this community to actually build, to get to that $1 million status in 10 years or less. Yes, thank you. I must say you are a great, oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm a professor. I'm a professor, I'm a doctor of business and technology. I also teach. So I am a professor. I teach AI cybersecurity, I teach deep learning, and also I've just added information management system that I'll start teaching in the fall in one of the colleges. I'll start teaching information management system, which I'm very excited about as well. Yeah. So yeah. So the thing for today's challenge, right? For today's challenge, learn about investing, right? That is what I want us to. I believe that we've learned about investing, right? I just recap it again. ETF is a basket of stocks. And why is it important? And why are we investing in ETF? Why do I invest in a QQQ versus a SPACEX? SPACEX is an individual stocks, right? It's individual stock. QQQ is a NASDAQ 100, top 100 companies, technology companies. In between there, we would now have something like a SPACEX in there. So it's going to be SPACEX and 99 others, something of that nature. So SPACEX on here, SPACEX and 99 others like Microsoft, Nvidia, all of that. Yeah. Yes. So why should I invest in? I have $1,000. I want to invest, right? I have $1,000. I want to invest. And then would I invest in the stock in SpaceX, take all my 1,000 and put in SpaceX, or I would take my $1,000 and put in what's it called? Put it SpaceX or put it in a QQQM. QQQM is a technology NASDAQ 100. It has SpaceX in it. Emerson, welcome in. How are you doing? Queen just also joined the $1 Million League. I remember you, Emerson. How are you? Are you not the one person in California? I remember you. So good to have you. And we are doing the 21 days money reset. Today it's about investing, and we are using SpaceX. Why are people investing? Is it just for the clout? Is it just for, everybody's buying? Why are you buying? Or you are not buying, right? So put it in QQQ. You put it in QQQM. Yes, absolutely. Ulrich, that's the way to go. Because guess what? SpaceX is at 160 or 172 or whatever it is right now. It IPO'd at 135, went all the way to 162. Tomorrow, don't be surprised if you see it at 120, or next week it could be at 300, right? It really doesn't matter, right? So the thing about it, it's a function of you've opened your account oh, that's good, Sherry. Good job. So the next thing is that you need to fund the account, right? I see somebody here that is taking action with Sherry. We just talked about opening your account, and she just opened the account right now. I'm so proud of you, Sherry. And I don't know what you're waiting for. Don't procrastinate. Just do it right now. We're in the live. It literally take 5 minutes for you to open the account, right? So he said, cost, yes, Ulrich is a good student. Ulrich says, because SpaceX is just one stock in the basket of the fund, right? In QQQM, SpaceX is just one stock. So if SpaceX goes to the moon tomorrow, it becomes 1,000. Who benefits? You still benefit in your QQQM, right? You have it all, QQQ, it's right there. And tomorrow, if it becomes 120 or it becomes $0, guess what? You still have 99 others like Nvidia that is still doing well, like Microsoft, like Google, like Apple. You still have all of this one that has the data and the trend. So, and that's why, because that's the beauty of diversification. When you diversify, right, then you spread your risk. It means that you cannot lose your money totally. Think about, I lost my 99,000. It's impossible. If only I put my money, I mean, I did not put my coconut head and just put my money towards, those penny stocks and all of that. If only I put it in an S&P 500, I put it in a QQQM, there's no way I could have lost the 99,000. Yes, it might not grow to $1 million, right, overnight, right? But then 99,000 is a big, big loss, right? That, is a very difficult pill to swallow, right? Even I still say it now, and somebody said I did not go into depression. It's not enough to go into depression. We'll work, we'll get another 99,000. Life is not that hard, right? So life is not that hard. And that's the thing about doing business. There's going to be the risk. Just make sure that you do a calculated one. In that case, it is, I was told to wait for perfect. Yes, just follow through on the process. The only thing is that once the account is open, Cherry, you want to buy your, buy ETF, right? Buy ETF. You can also do, because you are in Nigeria, you also want to do something. Think about Stanbic. I think Stanbic investment fund is a very good one. It's done well, right? It's done well. Another one was what was the other one? I'd remember. Just check. You can simply go on Google and just check. And just, you don't overthink it. S&P 500 is good for you. Definitely, you want to also have some dollars and a mix of your local currency as well. And that's the same thing with anybody that is also trading outside of the United States. Think about S&P 500. You want to have at least the VUO. Because the rate is the fees are pretty low, right? And it has returned decently. So you want to do that as well. So always learn about investing and learn about investing. That's the goal for today. Open an investment account if you've not opened one. So that is your goal today. Open an investment account. Good job, Sherry. And I just want to clap for Sherry opening the account as we speak, right? You're taking decision. Good job to quite a number of people. Like Opal has just opened his account, has also gotten the IU savings account from yesterday's challenge. Yesterday was about emergency fund, and he opened his IU savings account and started funding his emergency fund, started putting money away for the emergency funds. So he started doing that. That's a part right there. I've also seen someone like Andrew. I like it. You can see I'm mentioning names. That's the community here. This is a community, right? This is a community, and we are holding people accountable, right? Andrew opened his own account weeks ago and came back and he said he got $400 for free $400. Andrew, you still need to come and pay tithe. $400 from SoFi, right? Just opening the account. That's what it got. And that is just somebody put that, instead of you putting money in a bank account and getting nothing. He just opened the bank account and he got $400. Those are strategies that we use here, right? Instead of get rich quick scheme and all of those kind of things, these are little things that you might think that, will make a ton of difference. So let me give you an instance. If you just let's assume that you put your money in the bank. Your regular bank gives you 0.01%. What's the meaning of treasury bill? Treasury bill. Okay, let me finish this one. If you put your money in you put your money in the bank account, you probably get, let's say, IS to get 1%. I'm not talking about IS savings account, but even in the United States, you will not get 1%. Maybe you get 0.1% or you get 0.5%. Let's assume that there's something called the rule of 72. Take the number 72 and divide it by your interest rate. That's going to tell you the number of years it's going to take your money to double, right? That's what's going to that's going to give you the number of years it's going to take your money to double. So take 72 divided by 0.1. It means that it's going to take you 720 years for your money to double. It's not me, it's a calculation. You can go and check it yourself. It's data, right? So whenever you are leaving your money in the bank, understand that you are losing money, right? Because it's not growing. And on top of that, there is inflation. Inflation is at 4.2%. Remember, for all of the people that have been joining, people like Opal, right, that have been in this community for a while, right? Tayuza, right? I am Mabel, Gideon, JHQ, right? Andrew, all of and everyone that is here. Before now, we would say inflation is at 3.3%. But guess what? It's at 4.2% now. It means that, what does this mean? It means that you are losing your money at 4, and you are losing $4.20 for every 10,000, you are losing $420. That's what you are losing on your money, right? That is what you are losing on your money. On top of that, is only growing at, for on $10,000, you are getting $1 or $10. You are losing $420. So that you just changing that and moving it to an S&P 500 or putting in an IE savings account that give you 3 to 5%. It's actually a better thing, right? It's helping, your money is growing. That's how you grow your money, right? So versus you looking for the next big thing, but leaving your money in the bank account. Leaving your money in the bank account, but you're chasing the next big thing that you can lose your money, right? Right there. So that's that. Ulrich says that, ask the question, what is the meaning of treasury bills? So it's you just investing. So it's you invested in government bills. So governments want to handle a project, right? And they will put it, it's just like the way that SpaceX is right now, right? SpaceX is basically, taking money from the public to invest in the business, right? And then you share out of the profit. Government can have a project, or they can say that, okay, I don't know what they use the money for, right? And they say that, okay, let's open it to the public, and the public would put their money in. But in this case, instead of you banking on up and down, depending on the reward or whatever, with government is very fixed. They will tell you that, okay, we are loaning this money. Just think about, you are loaning your money to the government, and then government is going to give you a certain interest on that money. That's it. You loan the government money, they give you something in return. That's the treasury bill. And the difference between the stocks and the bonds, stocks is you're putting it in private individual, bonds is on the government side. Basically, that's just the difference. That's just the difference. So which one is more riskier? You're putting it in individual company, or you're putting it in government? Which one is more riskier? Ulrich, which one is more riskier? When you put your money, you have the option of putting it in a SpaceX, or you leave it with the US government. Which one do you think is riskier? Bond or stocks? Which one is risky? And welcome to everyone. Yes, individual is absolutely risky. Yeah, but no. But the question is, even the individual is, yes, it's very sherry. You're very correct. Individual is much risky, right? The bond is government, so bond is less riskier, right? The bond is less riskier. Stock is a higher risk because government, it's government, right? It's your money, it's taxes, is the government. They would always pay you your money back. They will pay you your money back, right? So that's just the main difference. So a lot of times when people are like in their 60s, you will see that the risk is lower, right? The risk is lower on their because they cannot afford any risk. They don't have time in the market. So that's why you see that most elderly people will put their money towards bonds rather than the stock market. Is it bad to leave your money in CD account for a few months and transfer? Maybe it's not. I mean, I don't see the benefit in it, right? It's not, I won't say it's a bad thing, but it's not also equally beneficial for me, in my own opinion, right? Because guess what? How much is your CD giving you? 3.5, whatever. You can, and then your money is locked away. The only thing that helps you to do is that it locks your money away for a certain period. I don't need that money for a certain period. You lock it away and you get 3.5%. But guess what? If you are disciplined, you get 5%, even with an IE savings account, and your money is not locked away. The only benefit that I would say is, okay, the benefit there that I see is that it helps you not to go take your money out, right? not to break it. That's the only thing that I would say it's a benefit, because at this point, CD is like 3.5%, 3.8%. High savings accounts can even does better, right? Some high savings account like a SoFi does better, like a Vero does better. Some of this credit union does better, right? So, yeah. But this is absolutely an amazing session with great questions. I hope, so just for today's challenge again, I hope I answered everybody's question. I answered your question. Please let me know I answered your question, or if you still need clarity. And make sure you follow the click on the follow button, join the $1,000,000 League. And as a matter of fact, not just clicking the follow button, also follow the challenge. We've done day 5 right now. It means that we have 18 more days, right? No. 21. So we've done 5 days, so we have about 16 more days. And trust me, we still have about things to talk about real estate. We still have things to talk about business. We talk about how to increase your income, all of these different days, right? So you don't want to miss that, right? Or rich, great. Does that mean a yes, right? I always like to remember I'm a professor. I want to know, is it a yes or a no, or you still need additional clarity? Take the opportunity and I can answer your question. Thank you so much for tapping out the live. Get your daily at me as well. It's 1 penny, right? And for all of the people that got their daily at me, make sure you claim your points as well. You get 30 points. Okay, yes. Okay, perfect. Mabel said yes, I answered the question. And for everyone that is here, it's so amazing having everyone today. Tayuza, Opal, Orich, Mabel, Oyinda, Mola, Money Maker, Apek, Gideon, JHQ, Mayhem, G's, Brightline, Everyday Glow, Jason. I hope, and if you have not, anybody, check if you have not clicked on that follow button, make sure you click on it. And don't just, because a lot of time you get locked in and you love it here and you find out that, oh, you know what, I totally forgot to click on the follow button. So if you haven't, check it right now and click on that follow button. So today, the challenge is you learn about investing. 2 is open your investment account. That's the challenge for today. Open your investment account. Commit to investing regularly. So it's not just, okay, open the account. You fund the account and then set automation, right? Set the automation that every single paycheck there's a deduction and it's buying on your behalf. What is daily admin? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Daily admin. Is it on the app, right? I'm not sure what that means. Can you clarify? Can you put it in one sentence? It's just easier for me. Commit to investing regularly and build the habits of build this habit. Always build this habit before you start chasing headlines, before you start chasing SpaceX, the next IPO, the next Dangote refinery, the next big thing, right? Make sure that you build the habit of investing consistently. Every paycheck, right? Make sure every paycheck you are invested, and you don't know how to invest, or you need help with invest, you want to learn, you would find the link in my bio. We have a course for you that you can actually take. Any other channels than YouTube. I'm on TikTok right now. I'm actually streaming on YouTube and on TikTok at the same time. So I'm on TikTok. Just look for me. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. On Instagram, Money Talk with Dr. Lina. I even have much larger following on community on Instagram. So, and for those on YouTube, on TikTok as well, for every one of you, Opal, all those Tayuza, all rich, I am Mabel, Yida, Money Maker, Everyday Gideon, Akweke, Tifase, JHQ, User, Prince Kano. If anybody has not followed me or you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Why? Because the kind of information that I have on YouTube is different from TikTok. It's the same. It's still the same Money Talk with Dr. Lina, but I have long form videos there. So that's why I always talk about it, because it's the only platform that I have, that only allows it 5 minutes, 10 minutes video. That's the only platform that allows that. So you don't want to lose it. Sherry, yes, I'm Sherry. I'm on all of the different apps. I'm also on Snap as well. My YouTube, it's just Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and I'll show you quickly. Let me show you since we are talking about it. I think I have it here. It's the same thing, it's the same everything. You cannot miss it. Same. So this is it. This is, see, can you see? It's still the same beautiful lady right here. The same Money Talk with Dr. Lina. And you can see the kind of videos that we have there, right? That's the YouTube. It's, you will not find all this kind of videos, all these ones on TikTok or Instagram, because it doesn't allow that. It's a different. So just go there, just click on it, right? You see, high income, still broke, starting from zero, buy real estate in 90 days with no money. Where did my money go? Rebuilding my finances from zero, retiring at 40, VOO, QQQ, SCHD, all of those kind of videos you would find right there. And I have quite a number of videos there. As a matter of fact, I release long form videos almost every Sunday. Almost, I try to see all of this. Let me show you. Can you see? So many of those videos. So some of the questions that you're having might already be answered, right? See the VO, QQQ, SCHD right there. I'm retiring at 40. How to, we try to touch it. Even my video from investors. Yeah, I'm able to get it. Awesome. Yeah, you just subscribe. Thank you so much, already. Congratulations to you as well. Yeah, and everyone that is here, if you haven't subscribed, you want to subscribe there. I'm glad that at least somebody for Ulrich was able to find. So it means that I exist, right? It means that I exist on the platform. So, and if you have not clicked on the follow button here, you want to do that. So understand one thing, whether it's SpaceX, maybe it's AI, or the next big company, always remember the biggest investing mistake isn't missing one opportunity. It's not about, if you miss this, I mean, you miss crypto, okay, but SpaceX is here today. So, right? But the main problem that a lot of people have is, you are welcome, Sherry. The main problem that a lot of people, thank you too for actually executing. One of the main problem that people, the biggest investing problem is not missing out on, one big thing, maybe like a SpaceX or crypto or whatever, or the next big one that is going to come tomorrow. The biggest risk or the biggest mistake people make is not getting started at all. Not getting it started. Just imagine if I never started with a VOO years ago, when I bought it at 200 and something dollars. Today is at 700 and something. Yes, it might not be like it has doubled itself 15 times, but guess what? It has doubled itself 3 or 4 times over. So it means that if I put 100,000, that means that my money should be about 400,000 now. That's what it means, and that's how you build wealth. Think about it and do it, and it does the same thing in another 10 years. Guess what? All I put in is 100,000. Guess who becomes a millionaire? That is it. That's how it works, right? And that's what has helped me build wealth. So whatever I'm telling you, I'm not one of those people that will tell you, or wealth coaches that will tell you, oh, go and do this, or because I read it in the book, or because I am anticipating, right? No, I am there already, and I'm just giving you the blueprint that works for me. So if you use it and you follow it diligently, you will get to the same place that I am, or even better than, right? Even if they say that there's a proverb that says, if you aim for the moon, right? If you can't get to the moon, right, you will get to the stars or whatever, or vice versa. So that's just the thing. So right, the biggest mistake you can ever make today is not starting investing. It's not about the SpaceX. It's not about you missing out on this SpaceX. The biggest mistake you can make today is not opening that your account, funding that your account, and start buying, investing at all. That's the biggest. Movie silence, welcome in, right? It's, and we have the, what's it called? I do have the what and I was going to show something on TikTok. I do have the, I forgot. Right. whatever the case may be, make sure that yes, I have each of the challenge, because you might be wondering, okay, so how do I get into this challenge? Every single day, there is at least 2 videos for you. Every single day, there will be 2 videos. There will be one in the morning. So there was already one today telling you about the challenge. And there will be another one later in the day that's educating you about, so for instance, day one, a lot of people do not even know what net worth is, right? So because they don't know about net worth, we need to educate you. Some people don't know what an emergency fund is, or they understand what an emergency fund is, but in finance perspective, I will call you coach and leadership with example. Oh, thank you so much, Sherry. You are making me blush. You are making me blush. Thank you so much, Sherry. Yeah, thank you so much for So basically, you want to ensure that every single day, make sure you look at what is the challenge for the day. You see it in the morning, action it. And then in the evening or in the afternoon, you get another video that's going to tell you about this. So, hey, daughter of Ja, how are you? Right? In the evening or in the afternoon, then there's a video for you that's going to tell you exactly what you need to, what this is all about, in case you do not even have the knowledge, or what is the reason, why should you do it, right? Why should you even listen to me? That's what is going to be teaching you. And if you all about investing, if you do not know how to go about it, or you are struggling with how to go about it, you would find the link on my page. If only you can open, you'll find the link on my page, and it's nestu.me / Money Talk with Dr. Lina. And if TikTok is not going to open, I was hoping to show it on another place. Let's see, maybe let's pull Instagram. Let's see. Okay, let's see Instagram. So you would find it. This is my Instagram page. You'd find it on my Instagram page, and it's the same thing. You'll find the same thing, nestu.me / Money Talk with Dr. Lina. You would find it right there. Just click on it. Click on the link. And this is Instagram, so it might look different. Well, it shouldn't, but this one, I know this is going to just take you straight. And as a matter of fact, also go to my Instagram and just follow across board. If you followed on any platform, just go across board and just do the same thing across board. Come here and family, welcome in. And you would find it right here. The Smart Investing Workshop right here. You would see it has very, very great reviews. It's going to help you it's a course, and it has the video, it has it's a self-paced course. It has the video and it has the slide to come with it. That's going to tell you step by step, what should you buy? How should you open the account for all of the different countries, right? It's there. Which account should you open in terms of recommendation? I'm not affiliated with any of those investment houses or brokerage firm in any way. So just look, review, whichever one works for you. Open the account and then fund it. And it tells you everything you need to do, to what you need to buy, so that you know how Dr. Lina is thinking. So if I'm not here, right, you can be able to take an objective and informed decision about your money in terms of which ETF should I buy, right? You will know the reason why I talk about this, and you know the reason why you should pick this depending on your age, risk tolerance, and so many other factors that is there. You'll find the cost right here. You click on it, and really, as a matter of fact, I always say, talk about investing in yourself. That's one of the best way to invest in yourself as well. All right. We'll be wrapping up here today, and tomorrow it's going to be another challenge. It's been an amazing journey today. Congratulations to everyone that clicked on that follow button. And congratulations to everyone that actually took the action. Either you made the purchase of any of our product, our one-on-one, the mentorship, you invested in yourself, getting the Smart Investing Workshop or the real estate, and for everyone that actually took the action and following this challenge and executing it, Cherry, Opal, to user, Maybell, Onidemola, the money maker, Gideon, and everyone here today. Yes, congratulations to each and every one of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's keep up the good work. The goal is for us to get to that $1 million status, and we will not hesitate and we will not stop. We'll keep pushing until we get there. All right, guys. Ensure that your money is working harder than you do. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow, and let's see what SpaceX does. If you still change your mind, you still have 14 minutes to go and buy your $50 or 1,000 or whatever amount you want to put into SpaceX. You still have a few minutes to do that. All right, and I'll see you guys later. Love you. Thank you for everyone that tapped out the live, shared out the live, and of course, got their daily at me as well. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. And bye. Bye, Sherry. Bye. See you again soon. Make sure, keep me updated on your on how it goes with your account, okay? Keep me updated, right? And don't just open the account only. Make sure you fund it and you make the purchase, all right? Bye. Have a good one. Bye.